Hey everyone, Josh here, and welcome to DrawCore. I've noticed lately that most people seem to have a very unrealistic view on the ability to draw or create art. Most people think it's some kind of magical skill that you're either born with or you're not, and art is actually really undervalued as a skill now. But I'm here today to tell you that it's all BS. Anyone with halfway decent hand-eye coordination and the desire to develop the skill can learn how to draw. I don't care if you can't draw a straight line with a ruler, you can learn to draw. It's a mechanical skill. If I can cut my finger off and teach myself how to draw all over again, you can learn how to draw in the first place. There also seems to be this idea that you need expensive tools to create art. That's also not true. Tattoo artists apprentice by using ballpoint pens. Vine charcoal is super cheap, and personally, I prefer to draw with just a mechanical pencil. There's no reason you need expensive equipment to learn how to draw well. And if you think about it, all kids love to make art. And if you ever quit creating art, it was because you chose to. The tendency to stop creating art happens when a kid gets discouraged by his or her abilities. They give up because the challenges become a little too difficult. I kind of have a theory on this. I think it's because public schools especially drown out the arts with math, science, and grammar. And then parents go and push their kids into getting good grades in these classes. And then art falls to the wayside. But art is just as important, if not more important now, because we're moving into an era with the internet where creativity and abstract thinking are going to be much more important than who can perform long division in their head. We need artists. But the good news is it's never too late to start. Learning to draw will give anyone a new creative outlet, an activity where they can find a flow experience, and the ability to grow personally and create beautiful things. By going through specific exercises to learn the basics of art, you can learn to draw. I've collected and tested methods from a small library of sources, including Betty Edwards' Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, Bert Dodson's Keys to Drawing, Scott Robertson, as well as various online sources like Matt Core's Control Paint, Drawbox.com, and I also paid entirely too much for a college education. But the good news is you don't need to pay a ton of money to get a good foundation in artistic skill. Honestly, this is all you're going to need. A pencil, some paper, multi-purpose printer paper is perfectly fine, a decent eraser, and maybe a ruler or straight edge, and then a camera. Fortunately, most people carry a camera in their back pocket now, so you don't need to go buy the best of the best. It's a pretty basic tool set. A computer, tablet, or smartphone will also come in handy, so you can watch these videos on pretty much any device. And you might want to invest in a sketchbook. If you do, I highly recommend getting a wire-bound sketchbook for the simple fact that you can fold it over onto itself without worrying about damaging the spine of a hard sketchbook. You don't need to invest in a whole set of drawing pencils or the nicest eraser you can get your hands on because you're just learning. And the first artists used very rudimentary tools and dyes that they created from local plant life. So with just a few basic tools and a well-planned course of basic art instruction, you can first develop the habit and then increase challenges over time at your own pace. And you'll be able to develop the skills necessary to make anything you want on paper. It just takes time, dedication, and patience with yourself. So I hope you stick around and stick with it. This is definitely a skill worth having. So good luck on your journey. Until next time, keep drawing, and Josh out.